Good morning, guys. We are now on the Southwest states. We're going to be continuing in the community's book, page R6 and R7. But as we kind of go through the Southwest states, you might remember all these different regions, many of which we've gone through. Started here with, of course, Northeast and even cut in half in New England. Then we went to the Southeast, then the Midwest, and now the Southwest. Now, if you take a look at the Southwest, that's the red section here, you're going to notice a couple things. Number one, there's only 4 states. Now, these are some of the biggest states in the country. Not the biggest, but some of the biggest. But if you, and I know you can't, but if you could almost pick up that section here, and I mean, look, it's bigger than the Northeast. It's almost the same size as the Southeast, and a lot of the Midwest, and only 4 states. Huge states. But when we cut up the country into regions, there's very specific regions. Yes. Reasons for the regions is what I'm trying to say. Yes, of course, they have close proximity. It means they're close together. But there's also other reasons. I mean, right here we have the Northeast. If you remember, a lot of them right here have the Atlantic coast in common. They also have the Appalachian Mountains and big cities right here. A lot of countryside up north. Going back to what we learned last week, we had the Midwest where we had the Great Lakes. And we might say, wait, the Great Lakes don't touch like Iowa, Nebraska. But if you remember, all these rivers and waterways kind of all connected together because the Missouri River comes through here. And you can even go north here and then up the Illinois River into the Great Lakes. And so all those waterways kind of connected. And of course, you had all the great farmland in the Midwest, right? Well, the Southwest, you might say, hey, I've driven from Arizona to Texas, and they don't look exactly the same. You're right. But if you think of the climate overall, it's generally a much drier climate than what we have up in any of the other regions, actually. That's why they have a lot of nice cattle land, a lot of nice grassland where you can have cattle grazing and where you have cowboys. I mean, we got a lot of cowboys here in Arizona. If you might have heard of the Dallas Cowboys football team, right? That's way down here. That's what these areas are known for. And yes, I know you can go up to the mountains in Arizona and Flagstaff, near northern New Mexico. But again, for the most part, you have quite mild, warmer winters and hot, dry summers. That's what really connects these states together, is the climate and the kind of the ranching and the different things like that. The open land that's good for cattle grazing and raising. Now here we have the state capital cities. Right here we have Phoenix, Arizona, which I know it's hard to read, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Austin, Texas. Not only is this easier, in my opinion, because there's only 4 states, but it's also easier because you probably know Phoenix, Arizona, right? And I think you can probably guess Oklahoma City is in Oklahoma, right? Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. That made it easy. But again, kind of speaking a little bit more of the Southwest, what really has it in common is not that every state has these big cliffs and these beautiful mesas and buttes, but a lot of those will have something similar with a wide open space. So this is, of course, something you might see closer to home in Arizona and New Mexico. But again, here's your assignment. Here's a locator map of where we're talking about. Now, I know usually the first day of the week you only have the state names to write in, but I'm giving you 2 things to do. Number 1, write in the name of each state. And number 2, write in the capital city name next to the star in each state. And again, part of the reason is, number 1, we don't have school Friday, so we lose a day. And number 2, there's only 4 states. So you have 4 state names, 4 capital cities, 8 total. And we'll get into more of the Southwest states later in the week. Hey guys, Lord's blessings to you.